For decades, the village has been a hub and a haven for the LGBTQ community, many of whom are now breathing a sigh of relief.
I'm glad that he doesn't have to put us and the legal system through a whole series where I'm sure it's going to be upsetting for many people.
But there are still unanswered questions.
I'm less curious about why he did what he did, and I'm more curious about how it happened for so long and how, the community knew this was happening before the police, alerted us.
For years, people looked out for each other, convinced a serial killer was preying on gay men in the area, long before police arrested McArthur.
Bruce McArthur is a flashpoint for the Toronto Police's mishandling of the queer community in Toronto.
This writer followed the case closely. He's worried that without McArthur in the spotlight, pressure will be off police to pay attention to the community's concerns.
As great as it is to have this case, in some sense, closed, I wonder how many cases are now just going to vanish off people's desks. And the systemic structures that allowed someone like Bruce McArthur to operate are still in place.
Some changes have been made. In July, police launched a new missing persons unit. A review into how missing persons cases are handled is underway, with an independent committee reviewing whether there was systemic bias or discrimination by the Toronto Police. Processing what McArthur did will still be a long journey for many. Bob Watkin worked at a bar where McArthur and some of his victims were regulars.
I'm haunted by it, that he was there and he met a lot of those guys there and knew them from there, and it was happening in front of me and around me, and it's haunting.
For Watkin and others, today did not bring closure. For something this unprecedented, this painful on so many levels, closure, some say, may never be possible. Jacqueline Hansen, CBC News, Toronto.